Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Today I'm going to attempt a project. I purchased this little set from Amazon. It came with a whole bunch of dies. I think I paid $7.99. Let me see. Okay, it is on sale. Well, I paid $7.56, but now they have it for $9.83. I mean, it has a lot of dies. It makes three different houses: a plain one, a Halloween one, and a Christmas one. And it comes with little stickers so you could decorate. So, and the stickers have their dies, so it's a lot for the price. So yeah, it's worth it to me. But I want to make a gingerbread house, but I don't want to make it into a card. I want to make it into a box because I want to store some of our holiday recipes. So I figured just something, seasonal that I could leave out. And if it's damaged by the end of the season, no big deal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first cut the house out in just white cardstock, a thick card. So it's nice and sturdy. Sorry for the noise. Okay, we're going to just need these two pieces, I believe. And you would need this if you're going to join it on top, but I'm not. And we'll see what else we need from here. But for now, we're going to need this piece. And we're going to cut two of them because I need one for the back. And then we'll figure out the midsection. Let me get my cardstock and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're just going to cut two of these out. If you need it thicker, you can go ahead and cut another two sheets out. But remember, you're going to have pattern paper on it or whatever color cardstock you're going to use. So it's going to thicken up no matter what. So I think just 2 layers of this will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out just so I don't bother you guys with the noise of the machine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have those cut, and now we need to do the part that makes it a box, right? So I know I have these large papers, but I'm going to cut it down to 12 inches, which is what most of you guys would have. So let's put it at 12. Okay, and then I want my box to be maybe 3 inches wide. And then you have to add a 1/2 inch to each side. So we're going to cut it at 4 inches. Or do I want it a little bigger? Maybe we'll do 3.5. So we're going to cut it at 4.5. Yep. Okay. Let me get my scoreboard. All right. So we're going to score 1/2 inch on each side. We're going to do that first. Where's my score tool? All right. Don't move. Okay, so I know that the middle section is 5 inches. Let's see. That's 12. Let me figure this out. I'll be right back. Okay, I think we can score it at 3.5. And then 3.5 on this side. It should be should be okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's like right there. Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and first we're gonna score all these pieces. Let me put this to the side. Let me get my Teflon folder. Okay. And then we can score this a little better. Oops. Burnish that really well. And same thing to this side. Make sure everything is straight. Okay, so now we're going to trim this. And we're going to angle this out. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's going to allow it to us to glue that there. So we're going to do the same thing to this side. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so we're gonna have something like that. Okay, now the gluing part is gonna be fun. Okay, I would actually just flip this over and glue this one first. That way you can be sure that it's even. And I would even go a little bit lower. That way we have a nice straight line on the bottom. So let's do that. Okay. And we're going to hold it there for a second, and when it dries, I'll be back. Okay. So now we can go ahead and glue this part. And we're just gonna bring it around, make sure everything is even, and then we're just gonna press down, and we can do the same thing to this side. As straight as it's gonna get. All right. Okay, now we can just go ahead and glue this other side, and we're done with the actual box. So I'm gonna get that done and I'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna need another 2 of these, and let's open this setup. We're gonna need 2 of those, and perhaps 2 of these, and then we'll go from there. Right? Just to get that part done, then we could worry about the decoration. So I'm gonna cut these out and I'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna cut out the white pieces, and we're gonna do that on glitter card. It's very fine glitter card. I actually picked this up at the Dollar Tree. It's becoming one of my favorite places to go shopping for craft supplies. Okay. Let's just put all of them here. Okay, so we're going to run this through. The door. These are for the windows. Put those to the side. This is for something. I thought it was to the candy canes. I mean the peppermints, but I think that's too big. So I may have to cut those separate. And we have those. And for our chimney. Okay. And for the window, have that. I think I'm going to cut another piece of the chimney one for the other side because I cut 2 of those. And then we're going to bring in, I think this is the circle for the peppermint. Hold on. No. That's not it either. Just see what that looks like when we cut it. And let's see, anything else? Maybe we can cut these 2 because we'll have to put the stripes in, maybe with a red marker. And that's it. Oh, you know what? We can put these here too, and we can ink those up so they can still sparkle. There was 2 of those. Let me see. Okay, I don't know where they're at. So we're just gonna run this through and I'll be right back. Okay, I was able to figure those out. So now we can color these guys, and I'm gonna get my orange blend. And we're going to use the lightest color. Okay, so we have an orange one. Gotta let that dry. Let's do a yellow. If we wanted to, we can actually add some color to it, even our darker tone. Fully push those to the side. And then we have our pieces to the house, which we're going to go ahead and ink up some. And then we have the window. I cut some layers so it can just pop out a little more. And it could be a little more sturdy since it is gonna be a box that things are gonna go in and out of. And then we have all these little pieces that we'll glue on top. Make it look extra cute. Oh yes, love that. Okay, but first we gotta ink these guys. Let me get some ink and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a lot of them cut and now we could just start inking it. And I'm gonna use the vintage photo from Tim Holtz. And I'm just gonna add ink. And I'm gonna do the same to these windows. Not these. Let's do it to the chimney. To the door. We're going to layer this up. And last but not least, okay. Now for these guys that go behind the window, I'm just going to get my dark brown pen. And just color it. Yep, that's good enough. Let's do this one. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing to these guys. Just the center. Okay. So then everything should look like that. And then we can add this note to it. Okay. Alrighty, we can start putting this together. And I don't know if I want to add anything else to this. Or maybe we're going to put our snow on the bottom of it. And then put this on top. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay. We'll worry about putting it together and then we'll do the decorative pieces. Just stamp some stuff out. So just put that there. Actually, I'm going to move it down a little bit. Maybe there. And then this will go on top. Just so I could show just a little bit. Okay. Let's glue that down. I was going to add some dimension on the back of this, but I don't think I am because I want it to be nice and sturdy. And since this is all open like that, it might not be too sturdy. Okay. All right. Now we can add these guys here. And we're going to put it just about there. Hold on, this thing moved a little bit. We can just trim it. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, let me see. And then this will go here. Isn't that cute? Let's add this piece. And we could trim this down. So we have that. We have that like that, and then we could decorate that. But for now, I'm just going to pause and do the other side exactly the same. And then we're just going to attach our little windows. And yeah, we should be close to being able to decorate this thing. Okay, let's glue these doors on first. Let's just do this. And we have this piece that goes in the back. And that's going to go here. So this is, the middle will be right there. So you got cute. I thought this fit. Did I cut the wrong one? Give me 1 second. Let me see. Okay, so it seems they made this one a little too small, but we can fix it. We're just gonna cut this in half. And we're just gonna glue it here and on the bottom. Should be fine. So right there. Right there. And then we could just glue this on top. And then this will go here. And then we'll put the other one there. And then we could glue it onto the house. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we could put on our chimney. And then this whole panel is going to get glued to the top. But let me clean this off first. Okay. So this is going to get glued there. Trying to get all those edges. Oh, right here. Okay, let's move it this way. And it should just line up. And that's already feeling much sturdier. So we have that, and then when we start adding our more colorful pieces, it starts looking really cute. Okay, I have the part for the back, which I'm not gonna add snow to it because it's just gonna just decorate the back just to finish it off. Let's glue this. If you're gonna put it on your counter, then I would do both sides, but since this part will be facing the wall, I think it'll be fine. Okay. Okay. If you're gonna give it as a gift, then you put your tag there. So that's all we have so far. We can make some panels to cover all this up, but for now we're good to go. All right, let me see where I put some of my candies. Let's see what's gonna go where. We can put our candy canes here, and maybe me some of these guys. I think I want to put some trees, so I'm gonna color those in, cut them out and color them up, and I'll be back. So I'm gonna cut these out and then we'll color them together, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut out all the pieces that I needed, and we're gonna start assembling this together. I'm just looking for my the jewel picker, helps you pick up these little pieces. Okay, before we do that, I'm gonna assemble the trees, and I cut them out both in white and green, and that's because I want it to look like it has snow on the bottom. So what I did was I trimmed the bottom one here. There we go. And then we can lay this one on here. And it just gives the illusion of the snow without having to like keep die cutting things, because it was just getting to be a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing with this one. Trim that. Let's add some glue. Actually, we could have put the glue on the bottom. We're gonna need it there anyway, so I'm just gonna leave it. And we're gonna glue that one into place. And then we could glue this whole tree. So it's giving it its layers, right? You don't have to do all this. You can do it just one layer and shade it in. But it's looking kind of cute. Okay, and then lastly, we're gonna glue the top part. Oh, and I did it again. Oh no, I think with this part we could put right on top, because it kind of looks like the snow fell on it, right? So it's like all the snow is on the top of it, and that can go there. Makes it a lot sturdier too. Okay, and for the little tree, we're just going to do the same thing. Glue this one on top. And then we're going to glue this one to the back. I'm going to put the whole thing on. So we have that. And we'll put that one there. And then we have one for the other side. And then our last piece. And that one goes there. We don't need to use them all, but we might. You could just glue them on top of each other. Okay. For our little wreath, I cut out some of these red berry kind of things. So I'm gonna put some of these on. You can use gems if you want. I'm just trying to use everything that's in the kit. Okay, let's clean this off. And I'm not going to use all of them, it's just a couple of them. Maybe I should put a bow. Okay, I'm gonna leave that dot there, but we're gonna use one of these bows. Should we put it on the top or the bottom? And the bottom. Let me get the center. And we have our little reef for our door. Let that set. And we can glue some of these down. I think this one I'm just going to glue flat. I'm okay with it hanging out a little bit. Let's do the same with this side. Okay. And then we can add this one. So if we wanted to pop up a little bit more, we can always just cut maybe a piece of this off. Let's cut it in half. It's just to give it a little more height on this side. And we could just glue that in place. You could trim this if it bothers you. You really can't see it, but just in case. And then we could just glue this down. Okay. So now we have that. This one's a little crooked, but that's fine. Okay, so we have also some bows for the windows. And we have some hearts for these windows. Let me pick this up. That we can put our reef on our door. You can embellish these any way you want. Wouldn't this be cute also? Like if you're having like a buffet style or you're using like plastic cutlery, you could wrap them up in napkins and just pile them in there. So it just, looks decorated. Okay. Let's put that one there. It's kind of hard to get things even when you can't see straight on. If you wanted this like a real gingerbread house, you can use the candies all over the roof and whatnot. That was just going to take too long for this video. Okay. And let's put these guys on the windows. Okay. Isn't it cute? So we have that. Move that over a little bit. And our last piece. There you go. Look how cute. Alright, and now we can put some of our little candies in place. And I thought about putting our candy canes. Or we could do peppermints. That's cute. Do I want to do the gumdrops? I don't know about the gumdrops. Okay. Those there. All right, let's get the other one. Okay, there's that. More. But if you wanted to, you can add one more peppermint on that side because threes look better. So kind of give it an odd number. Okay. And that's our little house. So you would let it totally dry, of course, and then you can put whatever you want to put in there. That's the back. Again, if you're going to give this as a gift, there you can put your label. You can finish the sides off if you want, but all in all, I think they're cute. We can add some glossy accents to these hearts just to make them pop a little bit more. But I think we're pretty good to go. Let me see. And I have to bring it closer so I could see. Just Just bring it all around. And you see now it shines. So cute. You can avoid this and use like either foil cardstock or glitter cardstock. Alright, there we go. That's our project. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah, it's super cute. Definitely gonna use this. Alright, I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.